we know who you are. But for the people that don't know who you are, for the millions of people watching, let them know about yourself, man.
Oh, I'm Kale, from Southside Daytona. Um, shit, I've been doing these songs since probably about like 2018. Like seriously, since 2018. That's really it, man. Started off singing in the choir, and then I was like, I got to cuss, so let's rap.
Yeah.
That's what that was.
First, I really just want to say I'm very happy with your growth, man. Congratulations. This is your debut, right? Correct?
Essentially, more so, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Your debut, that's a big step, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think for this, man, it was kind of like I was comfortable with like being able to be uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And so I just started trying like things that I knew I could do with my voice and things that I couldn't really do for real. And I just tried it like my best, and I was like, okay, at least I pulled something out and I made a certain product. So yeah.
You use your voice in like very creative ways.
Yeah.
The quality of production and everything like that, A1, the beat switches and everything like that. So what was the like process of making this? What was like the recording process? What was the thought process going into it?
So I knew I wanted it to be. I had dreams of self-aware in my mom. That was the title for my mom for like probably like a year and a half. But the process of recording it for real, man, I write a lot of the stuff. I wrote a lot of the words first, and I just didn't have no music to it. And so I would probably just look over some of the homies and be like, hey, I got words. And I started just saying them like the tempo that I needed to. Then I tell them like the type of feel, and we just rocked out. I started adding on pieces. But then it got to a point to where I kind of knew for real, like the direction and the whole concept of it, what I wanted it to be. And so with the recording, man, I basically like recorded the songs kind of sort of like in the order like how it is. That's kind of how like I recorded the songs. That's how I was feeling.
You basically said like the producer built around your lyrics. What was that like? Like you have, of course you have in-house, but like, how did you feel when like you rapped it to them and everything like that, and then they like crafted something around it? It's like, this is damn near exactly what I wanted, if not exactly what I wanted.
So that shit was crazy first and foremost, because I literally just hit him up like randomly one day, and we just got together, man, and to like see it. To like see what everybody's doing and everybody you saying the words, everybody's like, all right, cool. And then we just start like making random ass sounds and shit. I'm like, oh, this shit is fire. And then for it to sound like how you saying, like how I wanted it to be, that was like kind of the best feeling, because I knew like, okay, I'm doing something that kind of makes sense. Because at first I questioned it, but I didn't know if I could like get to that sound. So as far as like me and the guys, like when we did that, those particular songs that we worked on in that particular way, it was just really like magical, honestly. So that's what I would describe it.
My biggest question is who was on the skits? But then as I listened to the album, I found out it was Maul Jones, right? All right. So tell me how that came about.
Bro, so boom, I got to Jacksonville, started going to Art Walk, and I seen these dudes like freestyle on the corner, like it was like organized. And then so I tried it. I'm kind of good, but I don't know if I'm built for this environment. Then I started coming back more and more, and I just started getting like hot and like just freestyling. And so Maul Jones is in charge of the Lyricists Live. That's the name of it. And so they had a cipher every first Wednesday at Art Walk, and they have it on Thursdays at Justice Pub, and then on Sunday they have it at Wildcrafters. And so I was going to all of them.
Just pulling up.
I was just pulling up, bro. Just pulling up and just rapping. And so like from that, he just kept seeing me more and more. And then he saw me actually perform. And I was like, man, you never seen me do this before. He's like, nah. So then from then, I just started fucking with him. And then I don't know, but I just asked him. Like I was like, I think I had this idea, and I think I need your voice. That's really what it was. I just need your voice, and I think this is what I need you to do. And so obviously put his little spin to it. But I just asked him, I explained the idea to him, and we was just in the studio, and he was like, dang, this is kinda hard. And then we made it happen, bro.
Yeah. Lean on him.
Yeah, and it's cause he an older dude.
Yeah.
So he an older dude, but Like,
floated.
You
did too.
Yeah, he was appreciated, but he was floating on it because I felt like I was like, this shit's style. I was like, I always wanted to rap on some shit like this.
Yeah.
So here I am.
Yeah.
And I knew he was gonna slide on it, but
yeah. And that was Lean On was definitely one of the more tracks. One of the tracks that like I appreciate more from you, simply because I know you can go. So like. You get the right hardest beat, you know what I'm saying?
I can rap, bro. That's what I be saying. Like I can rap for real. I just think that for me, like musically, I was trying to just do certain things that I wanted to see if I was capable of doing. So I think, with that being said, people that recognize like bro, I could rap, like, for real.
Tell me a little bit about the concept of the album, because what I got from it was, of course, the self-awareness. I felt like there was a lot of reflection in it. And then I believe your storytelling shined a little bit more on this one.
Yeah.
Songs like Strippers and Strangers. Can't think of the other ones right now, but even like you're singing on there.
Well, I could say like it came from. So I wanted it to. So I had another concept that I wanted to work on, but I did it on the raps. But for this one. This kind of took over, like more so because I just kind of like when COVID came, and so when COVID came, you had a lot of time to sit down. And then, but obviously within that, I was still like trying to make songs. I hadn't even dropped my EP, which really wasn't even that serious to me. But during that whole time, it was kind of like I just reflected on myself, everything that I liked, that I thought I liked. And everything that I actually was certain that I liked and didn't like, and I kind of just put it in a song. And then, like for example, like Strippers and Strangers, I was just going to the strip club. Like, I was going to the strip club and I was like, I had money because I just had money like saved. And so I was like, I saved for a particular reason and that shit was dead. So I was like, boom, let me go to the strip club. So I went. And I thought, you know, if I spend my money in here, it's gonna be fine. And I was like, this shit is stupid. Like, I was like, this shit is dumb as fuck. I'm coming out of this shit broke as hell every single time. So it was dumb. So now I thought of like just reflecting on like all of the shit that I thought was like, you know, making me feel good. And then that was my reflection aspect. But also, it was kind of like the music like industry. It was a reflection on that too. Because the internet, like it didn't do anything. Simple as that. And so then like opening up for certain people, I'm like, oh, this is about to be the biggest moment of my life. When I get to that moment, I'm like, this shit is trash. Because the internet really did anything.
I feel like you basically pretty much did the opposite of what the industry direction the industry is going towards. And I can appreciate that. So I know you know they crafted around it, but was that necessarily intentional? Like, you know what I'm saying? What was the sound and like how do you feel about the sound right now?
It was basically it was like I didn't want to do that what everybody else was doing. Plus my mama, she'd be like, don't be making them songs that sound like everybody's song. And so I like send her some joints. And she like, nah, that sound like woody woody woody. And I'd be like, damn, if she think it sound like that, cause she barely know. So somebody else is gonna think that it sounds like that. So I was like, how I sound like me. And so that's basically what I did. And as far as everything else that goes within it, I just had to stay true to myself, man, because a lot of people want you to do bullshit. And that ain't what you want to do. And for me, sometimes I thought like, okay, the bullshit was gonna get me to the next step. And then after I'll be like, damn, this is dumb.
Yeah.
So I kind of had to just find my own way and figure out how I wanted to do it for me.
So, it's definitely interesting. I think that's definitely more important these days is basically staying true to yourself.
Yeah.
It's hard. I feel like, it's definitely hard. But it's either that or, you know, deal with that feeling of feeling like you sold out.
Yeah. And that'd be the hardest. Look, I would tell anybody, I love Daytona, but Daytona is shitty. Like I'm gonna just keep it a bean, like it's trash, but I love it. But also at the same time, I always thought about like, damn, I want to just stay here and make this shit big from here. I feel like that'd be like the biggest thing. Then I just was like, whatever my vision was, it wasn't gonna happen.
Yeah.
Cause that shit is shit.
Yeah. It's not even that it's shitty, but it's like you're generally gonna blow up somewhere other than the city you came from. You know what I'm saying?
The Bible said your own city, like basically no respect to his own prophets, bro. And so I felt like for me,
say it one more time. You got fucked up about that.
Yeah, I feel like it ain't, I mean, I'm putting the nigga language. Like, your own city, you know, respect to his prophets. So wherever you at, like your people not gonna understand. They're not gonna understand that like you trying to be up here. They gonna think you trying to be better than them.
Yeah.
And that's when you start feeling like you selling them out. And then once you at that point, you gotta make a decision. Like, is you gonna stay where they are or try to like elevate? So then you can bring them with you. Because then they're not gonna see it like how you see it. You know what I mean? I tell them always all the time, that bro, just come here with me. These niggas ain't never drank wine before.
Like real shit.
You know what I'm saying? Brought a nigga some like wine. It wasn't even the best wine to me. They was like, bro, what is this? I'm like, bro, this is some fire shit. You drink it, you gonna be fucked up too. Like, so even something small as that.
Yeah. But it's also one of them things where like you really can't. As much as you want to help the homies, you can't help them without helping yourself. You know what I'm saying? I gotta get on my, or you gotta get on your own 2 feet type shit. Then it's like, okay, let's go. Let's one by one or however you want to do it.
But within that, you start feeling like a sellout at something.
What was the best and the worst part of making the album?
The best parts and the worst part is being truthful to what I was saying. That was the worst part because I had to be truthful to what I was saying. Like, and so it made me feel like, dang, I mean, I never spoke on this particular way, but here's how I'm gonna talk about it. And you have to listen, and this is what it is. Even if such and such gonna feel some type of way about it, it is what it is. Yeah. The best part, just like the collaboration. Yeah, the collaboration was the best part. Even for stuff that didn't like make it on there, just collaborating with people in general, like that was the best part because I got to bounce ideas off of people and then they bounce their ideas off of mine, and then that kind of just helped me. I feel like collaboration is kind of what elevates, as far as music that elevates me. Yeah, so
iron sharpens iron.
Yeah, for sure. Iron sharpens iron. The niggas putting out posts today.
Have you ever said anything like you felt like, I wouldn't say necessarily scared for people to hear, or you just nervous on how their reaction was gonna be to what you said, expressing yourself?
Yeah, for sure. That's definitely happened, bro. What? Yes, that's definitely happened. Cause like I'll record a song and I'll be like, listen to this. Not just certain people that are close to me. I just ask them to listen to it because I trust their ear. Yeah. But I didn't. Not recognizing that, damn, this is a song where I may have said something that could have pertained like situation between us. Yeah. But we cool now, but I just want to listen to this song. Yeah. So like in that moment, I'd be like, fuck, I don't know if I should have like even said that. And because now they questioning me, what is it about? And I'm like, well, it's just this. And I'm like, that's not that pressing to me, but it's real pressing to maybe you or whoever the fuck else can listen to it. And so I think in those moments is where I'm like, dang, I'm trying to like be conscious of how my pen working. But then I'm like, I had to get to a point where I was like, fuck it.
I'm just gonna say how I say it. I'm gonna just say how I say it because I already said it to you. So you already know how I feel. So now I'm just saying it again. I've been having moments where I'm like, okay, I don't know how they're gonna reciprocate me saying this. Yeah. Or if they're gonna take it as me talking about them, because shit, most times you just be expressing your feelings, but you can be like, hey, I feel like it's just me, or whatever. And then people gonna be like, damn, I thought I was your homeboy and I'm here for you and da 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 da.
I think the difference is with that is when you making a song or something that's supposed to be consumed by other people, by the masses, that's when people feel like weird about it because they gonna express it to whoever they express it to, whether it be one person and they're gonna be cool, but as opposed to me saying it and it be to 50 people at one time. And I think that's when people start feeling the type of way like, dang, I thought we was cool. I think that's where that comes from. That's my opinion.
Just like your parents or I think your mom, you had mentioned. Yeah. Have you ever, she ever listened to your music and question like anything you had to say as far as like expressing yourself? Don't touch back on that. Like, hold on, boy, what you mean by that?
Yeah, honestly, not my mama, but my granny.
For real?
Yeah, my granny, she go, oh yeah. My granny, she be like, what? She's like, yeah, I had a listening party once. like my very first like project when my granny came, and I was like, bro, I had to be like, hey, I'm finna cuss. I got like it was just the fact that I had to think about that. I had to tell her like, hey, this not what you think it's.
Yeah.
Like whatever
you know, granny bring a whole different part out you. You know what I'm saying?
So I was like, damn. I had to tell her like, bro, this shit about to be crazy. And so even after that, every time she'd be like, please don't say this. And I'd be like, I ain't gonna say it, but I still do. But like, I tried.
You got to.
Yeah, but my mom,
like you got feelings.
Yeah, like my mama, I had to put it to her like how Lauren Hill said. She was like, after all my knowledge and theory, I had a motherfucker so even the niggas could hear me. Like I told that to her, and then once I told that to my mama, she was like, say less. And I was like, wow, I'm finna just talk. Once she was like, say less, I'm finna just talk crazy now.
Damn. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
I can dig that. I can dig that.
So my granny, she probably ain't never gonna hear this.
I hope she. Hold on, she gonna put some everything.
Bro, so going back to Pray, you opened your verse by saying you pretty much want to retire.
Sometimes
you want to retire.
Right. Yes. Go ahead with your question.
Nah, it was like, go ahead, go deeper into that.
Man, so like I said, the music business is exactly music business, emphasis on business. And I hate it so much because I just like songs. Mm-hmm. Like I feel like there's nobody that just genuinely wants to consume music. Everybody think they know how the business goes now. And so for me, it started, I dropped some stuff and I was kind of new, and some people hit me up like about their credits on it and stuff like that. And I was just like, I don't fucking know what the fuck it is. I knew what it was, but I was like, I don't even know if I'm even on that level yet, or how the fuck I even get to do, like, what do I have to find to get to that? And nobody would tell me the keys. And so my issue was, you arguing with me about getting your credit, but like how? Like how I do it. Show me, and then I'll gladly give you whatever it is that you feel like you are worth.
Yeah.
And so it started from that. And then so once I learned more for myself, then it came to, I was like, bro, this shit is hard as fuck. Like I just want to make songs, put this shit out, hopefully 10 to 100 people like it, and then that shit grow and grow and grow. And that's what I was just comfortable with. So for me, that was what I meant by like, yeah, this shit, I'll be ready to slide, man. And all this shit paid for anyways, man. So I just want to.
You a writer? Or
yeah, I write, man. They tell like, do I like use my pen?
Yeah.
Or like, yeah, I'm like.
Cause you know these niggas be just trying to punch in anything.
But I can punch in too.
Like I feel like that you can do anything when you're talented.
Yeah.
But your preference is right.
Yeah, my preference is definitely preference is right. I'm gonna get that pen. I got my pad in the car. I just bring it with me. Yeah, I put it in my work bag. If I leave, just go wherever, I just bring it with me. I got a bunch of them. And so my preference is always right.
Do you have to necessarily hear a beat, or you just, if you feeling like, hey, I want to say this, you just write it, or do you just let the beat play?
I put it like this. I think of a bar, put those 2 bars in my notes in my phone, and then from those bars, I write them on the paper, and then I just start writing and go crazy. But from that, I don't necessarily have no beat. So I can write a song, a chorus, I can write a verse, chorus, verse, hook, and all that shit. None of those shits would be on one song. Like I take pieces of it from some other shit that I wrote. The whole project was like literally, I was telling her, I was like, hey, hold on, like pause for a second. I had to look at 4 pages. And like, I would like look at something on one, then say it, then try to plug it in, then I'd like, reverse it, put this here, put that there. I think for me, like I had to just be like comfortable with telling people like that, because I wasn't always like speaking on my feelings. I didn't grow up like speaking on my feelings like that all the time. And so like,
you know, we grew up black, so it's like shit. You just shut the fuck up.
Yeah, you know how it is.
You give a fuck about you crying.
Yeah, nobody.
Yeah, that shit crazy.
Facts. I told my people I went to therapy. They was like, "You don't like Jesus?" I was like,
"Yeah, what you talking
about?"
Bro, they think you, bro. Oh my gosh, that is crazy.
Like, what's wrong with you? Like,
oh my gosh, being the new generation, being the new era, new generation of black, and like having old school parents, boy. they'll think you hated everything about your upbringing, but like, no, I just ain't fuck with the child abuse.
I just ain't fuck with it. And that's for us, that's how it's gonna be seen. Like, I wouldn't do that to my kids.
Yeah.
Like, that's how we gonna see it.
Because we got fucked up in moments. Don't get me wrong, I ain't gonna cap, like, you like, damn, you a little old boy and big homie.
Yeah, and they gonna always think we wrong whenever we
like, it wasn't that bad.
Hell yeah.
Shit, you don't remember ass whooping if it wasn't yours. Hey, shit, that's just like you whooping on a nigga, you to beat a nigga up. You care that you won, but that nigga know you beat him up.
Yes.
Like, feeling the pain and giving it is two different things.
Facts.
Oh, that's wild.
I think you had 2 or 3 features.
I had 3.
Okay, 3.
Yeah.
How did you choose them?
Their voice, man. Their voice. So, Maul, obviously, we put him on the last joint because he needed to be on that. So, for that summertime, my man, his name is Jam Rock King. So, crazy story, really, really coincidental. I had the song that he owned, I had the verse, I had my verse and the hook already like recorded, but it just had a blank spot in the beginning. And so I was sitting on that. Sent it to somebody else, thought about 2 other people, and I just brought it up to them. I was like, hey, I have this that I think I have for you. And it was like, cool, just send it whenever. And I think one of them I did send it to, but I don't think he ever like got it back in time. But I was at the Lyricist Live where Maul Jones be at, and I was there, and this was the last song that was done. That was the last song done. And so I was at the Lyricist Live, and we freestyled. It was probably the latest one ever. And then I seen my man's that's on the feature. He pulled me to the side, and he was like, "Hey," he asked me, "Do I got Spotify?" He asked me about all that stuff, and then I went home. He was following me, and he just was like, listen to my stuff. So I clicked on it, and the next day I clicked on it, and I was like, bro, this dude kind of tough. He's kind of tough. And so I sent him this song. I was like, hey, look, if you think you can have a verse on this in 2 days, then I would love if you be a part of that. And so 2 days went by. He was in the studio. I was like, hey, if you want, well, he said, he was like, I can get it by Thursday next week. Because that's when you paid or something. I don't remember. And I was like, bet, say less. Pull up on me Friday, this time. I'm in the studio. That's all you gotta do. He pulled up. He did his thing, and I was like, yeah, shit cold. So that's how I came up with that verse. For Off the Porch, my homeboy Simi. Off the Porch, my man Simi, he got like that Rico nasty flow. And so I don't know, I just played it, and I was like, it was a blank. And I had that one for a minute too, but I sent that one to, Lou Cruz.
Yeah.
I sent it to her. I don't know why. I was like, do you think you could? I was like, you think you could do something with this? And she was just like, yeah, she was like, she never responded. And then I seen her like the next week. I was like, so what you think? She was like, well, I don't think I could do it. She was like, I thought she was gonna send me something like, cause I showed her Pray, and the other one she was like, I thought she was gonna send me something like that. And I was like, damn. So then I was like, man, this shit must be trash. Like I was like, this shit must suck. No. And then I just started listening. Simi, he like put something on SoundCloud, and I was like, wait a minute, this nigga kind of tough. But I already knew who he was, so which made it better because I already knew him. But I didn't know like how he sounded for real. And he came in that beat, and just started screaming. I was like, this shit fire. Yeah, he started screaming.
That's crazy. Wow. So do you record yourself or you have an engineer?
So I got a little setup at the crib, but I suck. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Like clocking yourself?
I suck at the whole thing, bro. Like I just write lyrics, man. I can do lyrics and like arrangements. Like as far as like engineering and shit, I'm horrible. It's gonna take me like 4 weeks to do like one thing, bro. For sure. So I go to like the studio and I just get some of my homeboys they produce and engineer, so I get some of them to do some stuff too. But they also I go to the studio and my guy Phil that creates me video, and he do all that stuff. So I just be in there, older white people, cool stuff.
What happened the night you discovered, like, oh, damn, shit, this is me?
I didn't. So my homeboy listening, he do the producing and the engineering, he was like, I think that's your sound right there. And I was like, what? I was like, what you talking about? And he like played it back, and then he played the 2 more songs, and I was like, oh shit, I think you're right. And I just kept trying it, but I like did it tastefully. It wasn't like I was oversaturated with it, but I just kept trying, and I was like, that's it. Like that's my sound right there. So I could do it on whatever. I could do it on any song, and that's that nigga.
Wow.
I can definitely tell you were more comfortable.
Yeah,
you got a lot more comfortable on this.
Yeah.
How many projects or songs in you think it was before you? This me is Kale.
Yeah, this me. How many songs in? Probably like 6, but the first 4 I didn't use. So yeah, it's like 6 songs in. I was like, this is it.
Okay, cool. So I'm not crazy.
No, yeah, some songs you gotta scrap.
Oh no, definitely. They were
You
cheats.
gotta scrap. Man, I had this song called 50 Shades of Brown.
What?
And I was just like, this shit cold as fuck. I knew it was. I'm like, shit cold as hell. I let people listen to it. I was like, damn, this shit trash.
Damn.
Like, as soon as the first played, and I was like, I don't even feel it anymore. This shit is boo.
Okay,
And I'd be like,
really
damn, I think it needs something. I'd be like, it's done.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Man, I'm done
I
with
was
this shit.
literally just thinking to myself, I was like, you ever record something the night before, you like, man, this shit hard as
This
hell.
shit hard as fuck.
Wake up the next day, like, ain't no fucking way. What was I listening to?
What did I make? And then I try to like go back and like fix it. 50 Shades, but I had to try to go back and fix it. He was like, I don't think we should do something else. Then I was like, nah, he tripping. Let me go over here and make it with this person. And it was like, I think you do something else. I'm like, all y'all is tripping. I'm gonna do it by myself. Did it by myself. I'm like, this shit is ass. I'm content that it's ass.
Damn.
Yeah.
I can dig it. Like, at least you being honest.
Yeah, I gotta be honest, because I know that like if you put it out to somebody, they ain't gonna say that it's trash. Somebody gonna put fire emoji.
Hell yeah.
Every fucking
I'm a friend, but I'm not that friend.
And then exactly, so when my friend don't put fire emoji, that's when I know that shit fucking suck.
Yeah. Because people try to protect your feelings. You ever had somebody try to like, oh man, this shit, man, yeah, bro, you like, bro, I just want you to be honest. Let me know it's bad so I can fix it.
Just tell me, yeah, for sure. And that's happened to me. Like, I got a story. When I opened up for Deontay Hitchcock, and that was crazy. I'm like, man, I'm finna be famous after this, no doubt.
No, definitely.
I was like, I don't care. Nobody say I'm gonna be nervous as fuck. I'm finna be famous. I know it's coming from this. Right after, I know it's coming. Man, I got to the mug and I was like, damn. I don't think I'm finna be famous after this. Like, I don't think everything is what I think it is.
Yeah.
And so that build up, bro, that was kind of like, man, I just gotta do my thing and say fuck everybody. For me, as far as who all was included.
I think that's it, man. Yeah. Dreams of self-aware. Let them know when it's dropping.
So Dreams of Self-Aware. Damn. Dreams of Self-Aware. February 18th. 12 a.m. right on the dot. It's gonna be everywhere, wherever you listen to your songs. That shit even gonna be on Pandora. I don't even know if it goes on Pandora, but I know somebody going on Pandora. So it's on there. Yeah.
Anything else you want to promote? Anything coming up? Other than the album?
Other than the album, oh yeah, we're gonna have some shows coming right shortly after the album. Starting in Orlando, I'm lying. Starting in Tallahassee, and then Orlando, Jacksonville, and then we're gonna have one in Daytona that I'm working on, but I'm trying to make it real special because it's Daytona, and I want it to be actually
homecoming.
big. Yeah. So
I can dig it.